Say so right now, until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say so right now, left alone, cried out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. I don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the long delay for the stream. I'm going to get some stuff ready. Wonderful. All right. So, not a lot of people are here at the moment, but we'll have more people soon. But tonight's going to be extremely crucial. I'm just going to get to the room very quickly because the room is up. And we're following Group 8 tonight, which is very important for two of the teams that are fighting for a spot in the top 8. Of course, there are other groups that are worth watching. For example, RN OD are in Group 1, and especially for OD, they're looking to secure a place in the top 8, and tonight they could very well drop out of top 8. With E2s having a really good draw, and then there is also EBG having a decent draw too, but then they are up against Laos, which is another group worth watching. Just going to my screen now. Good. Room up, and we can get ready. And let's breeze through the proceedings of today. There's a lot to talk about, so let's dive right in. Not going to talk about the format, you all know by now, but today we're following stage 1. So it's a bit different. The games are best of 3, but you know the top 2 will advance to the next round. I'm not going to give you the visualization, I'm just going to skip through, but this is going to be the most important bit. Tonight you can earn a lot of cups. The gap, especially the gap between the first and second. If you finish first, that will give you a really good, comfortable lead. This is going to get really important. You really want to get through to the next day. And currently, this is the gaps table. With OD being in a really tough draw, they could very well drop out. The gap between the first and second is 4,067. So DRX can overtake them if they finish first, and so is either EVG or Laos. E2s could also overtake OD, and it really relies on the final day where you really have to, where E2s OD have to hope that E2s finish 2 positions lower than them. But so OD's top 8 chances are really in jeopardy, and also JOMON, if they don't win against DRX tonight, they could also drop out of top 8, and getting back into top 8 tomorrow will prove to be one hell of a job. But this is the timeline very quickly. Tomorrow is the last day, and we then know the top 8 of which will qualify to the Professionals Tournament, and the 8 teams to the Challengers, the 16 teams to the Lower Echelon Championship. There are a couple of absentees tonight, namely UQ and TSIA. I'm not sure if UQ are able to secure a spot. Maybe they do, but we will see. But TSIA will still have enough cups to qualify to the Lower Echelon Championship if they decide to play, which they haven't shown up tonight, so we'll see about that. This is the schedule for July. Just take note of the purple blobs. I'm not going to talk about more about that. This is not a group we are following, but I'm going to quickly update that. This is a group we're following. This is the group we're following. JOMON versus GAD is up first, and the winner of that is likely to face DRX, where we will follow the upper bracket final, hopefully. So not going to delve too much into that. Mapbox after the second day of previous skills for these 8 teams, but this is probably not true, as they haven't taken into account the seeding for tonight. So this is a power rating, as we have like the following clans, but again, the results in the third previous skill tournament and then the fourth previous skill tournaments will greatly alter the positions of these teams. So I'm not going to waste too much time there. I'm just going to go to the lounge. We're just double checking about the live, which I should have the right stuff. Okay, but I'm not going to talk you through about the seedings of all the groups tonight. So let's actually dive into the waiting room now and see if JOMON and GKD are ready. We first begin on Molenbeek, and this is the start of what is going to be an extremely intense night. GKD can absolutely surprise everyone. They haven't qualified to any of the day 2 games, but tonight they can spoil the party, especially when both when both JOMON and DRX are fighting for the top 8 spot. Pressure will be high on both these teams, but none for GKD. They could try to get into top 16, but the gap is still quite big. So no pressure, not a lot of pressure for GKD, so they can absolutely punish the tiniest mistakes of JOMON. But let's take a look at ARF in the T100 LT. Spotting Giorno, which is great to see. One tank spotted here, and then JOMON looking to dive into A right at the beginning. GKD aren't getting any caps so far. They're playing this one a little bit defensively. A will be captured by JOMON first. This will give JOMON the cap lead. Last man standing is spotted. He's not in the cap circle. And JOMON gets A, and they will have the cap lead with Giorno getting even more aggressive, more daring. GKD's tanks are not going to be crossfiring Giorno for now, but things could change. Now Giorno is arriving at the backside of GKD's spawn. Now he's taking a hit from ARF. And he's going to run away. And the hit points are still in favor of JOMON, as they have an inherent lead due to the tanks they've taken. But they are getting really aggressive. GKD might be trapped into a pocket. There is a possibility that could happen, and this will give JOMON a lot of map control. As USA is treading carefully into dangerous waters, and both Sammy and USA aren't able to pen one another. And if you all know, the Strift K are now back in the store, so now teams can buy them, but it is going to be really expensive. USA has taken a hit, and JOMON looking to find a breakthrough. GKD so far is holding up well, and JOMON has lost some hit points, but nothing much is happening. GKD is still the clan that needs to rotate. Rotating back from the spawn might be an issue because JOMON have tanks to do crossfire and spot them out. Or maybe not, actually, because Vince is able to go through without getting spotted. ARF is still not spotted. Pressure is on to GKD. They need to do something. Oh, good shot onto Semi from USA. But now ARF is looking to get some more information, but he might have overcommitted. No, Special is unable to put a shot in just in time. He's lucky not to have taken a bait one there. USA has taken a hit from Sammy, but GKD is bleeding. And ARF takes another one, and time is going to run out soon, as GKD will only have less than a minute to figure out how to breach JOMON's defensive line. Shinya does look like to be a nice little tank, but the 60 TPs will be there to be crossfire. Vince has taken a hit. Now GKD seems to have made a call to push onto the triple tanks here. But it's going to come with a cost. It's going to come with a cost, as the 6 TPs might peek out. But GKD, is this the right call? RBT is running away. It takes a hit from Vince. but USA is now pummeling into GKD's lineup, now trying to sever GKD's forces, as JOMON has found where to be the focus. But GKD are struggling to find a tank to focus, and JOMON are sharing hit points, which is not something GKD wants. And JOMON needs to hurry up in getting the kills. And they've got the first kill on ARF. Where it's not going to last for long, but RBT is also out of the fight. Where is out? It's now a 6 versus 4, a 6 versus 5, and it does look very promising for JOMON at the moment. Ryan is out of the fight, and Last Man is not going to be lasting any longer. JOMON, they killed Vince first, which gives them a win over GKD on Molendijk. Really brilliant start for JOMON. I think GKD, I think they had a good idea with the push, but they need to commit to that. They could have. I mean, that's a good way to tackle JOMON, not gonna lie. They need to commit to that idea and focus fire, obviously. JOMON have done enough to win this one. 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and GKD only 1 tank doing more than 2k, and it's a great start for JOMON. But by no means a comfortable win. By no means a comfortable win. But it's all JOMON needs to do to get an advantage. But this is not going to be enough just yet. We will head back and take a look at the second battle on Molendijk, as JOMON are going to be ready with triple strift case, double 60 TPs, an IS-7 and a T100 LT. Looking over to GKD's side, we have double strift case, 1-1B, object 777, an IS-7, a 60 TP, and a T110E5. Oh, I didn't know that reference, Jiniji. Which is great to know. I'm going to say hello to Grim and Mr. Dad. Of course, I do for you. In the chat. Looking back, Molendijk, JOMON, and GKD. GKD, they have good ideas. I don't know. I think GKD could surprise us all in the next one. Oh, JOMON, make sure GKD is unable to upset. Let's find out in the next battle, as JOMON will occupy the north spawn this time, and GKD will start from the south. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you. Make sure you vote in the poll if you haven't already, and up we go. Not the camera as well. GKD this time will be committing the forces over to A side. It does look like to be a brawl very quickly at the start, as JOMON are heading towards A with only 4 tanks. JOMON's 60 CP are going to the middle, so if GKD is going really aggressive over to A and push, this could be it. But at the same time, Ware and the Sherwich are sitting behind, so the 60 TPs could do something there. Jono takes a hit, and ARF also took a hit. But GKD might know they have the numbers here. JOMON are now retreating, but GKD is being a bit defensive, but at the same time, Ware might be in a bit of trouble. 6 TPs are there to shut Ware down, but GKD has already lost some hit points while line up for push. And they're looking to get RBK at the beginning of the battle, but the hit points are in favor of JOMON, and GKD really needs to start killing tanks. As Ryan puts a great shot to RBT, JOMON is getting pushed. And hit points are in favor of GKD. And JOMON are looking for where, but he's dropped the reactive armor. So it's a really great opportunity for GKD to start taking tanks out. They've taken RBT, and they also shared hit points amazingly. The next time GKD are going for will be USA. I am Shinya is also dead. USA is out, and it's now a 4 versus 7. GKD are going to be making an upset in this battle where dropping the reactive armor at the right moment, and this is all GKD wants. They want JOMON to spend time to take out the T110E5, but I might have spoke too early as the hit points are still not that far apart. Although GKD are leading by more than 2k. Oriental bounced. Where is out? And the Sure is out as well. There is a moment of hope for JOMON to make a comeback here. Now the lead has shortened to only 1k. And now special is the focus for GKD. And last man also receives a hit. Sammy's very low. Vince is still very healthy. And there is also ARF, which I don't know where he is at the moment. Oh, he's coming from behind. Oriental is out. And ARF's dropped the reactive armor. With last man and special weak all out of the fight. Meaning John is the last person standing. There is no comeback from JOMON here. GKD deserves to win this battle. And this brings the scoreline to 1-1. GKD, don't underestimate them. If you do, it is at your own peril. And GKD gets one back. Great job to GKD. That's a great push. But more to do with JOMON's mistake in committing too many forces onto that T110E5. It's meant to hold. Meant to buy time for GKD. Almost GKD lost this at the end when JOMON were able to be crossfire and shots onto GKD, killing 2 tanks and bringing the hit point pool deficit closer than expected. But this is not going to happen. JOMON, now we're on Hellas. Your very last chance. If they don't win the next one, they will have to find out whether they're going to be winning in the lower bracket final. Thank you, Daddy Faru. Don't forget to thanks very much. Oh my god, I'm getting a thing. No, I don't. Okay. We're on Hellas now. GKD, we are seeing triple strifts, a T100 LT, an IS-7, a Kron, and a T110E5 with JOMON going for. Double strift for Super Kong, T100 LT, T110E5, and double Kron. Or maybe not, no, maybe not double Kron. They need to decide as quickly as possible who is going to take which, because there are only 10 seconds left to go. Not momentarily ready in the IS-7, but it's now ready again. Hellas. Tiebreaker. Will GKD surprise us all and qualify to the upper bracket final where they will likely meet DRX? And we are in. There is a moment of a moment here, which I thought is a glitch, but we are in to this ultimate battle. JOMON needs to show up. If they want to stay in the top 8, they cannot afford to drop any points, any cups. And GKD, if they manage to qualify tomorrow, there remains a chance for them to finish in the top 16 after not qualifying for the first 3 Briscoe tournaments.
Time to roll out.
But JOMON are in. JOMON red team from the north spawn. We will see Giorno in the T100 LT looking to get some spots for the team, and GKD are sending their forces over to C, but Giorno will get information at the beginning. GKD have not arrived to C yet, but JOMON will get B right at the beginning. Giorno is spotted. And GKD can put Crossfire in if they do. And oh, it's actually Ryan Lab. That gets a hit, but Shinya takes a hit too from Oriental. B is captured, and that will give JOMON the count lead with GKD. Looking to capture C. Ryan Lab is spotted and takes a hit from Giorno. And he's going to pull back for now. GKD from the southeast to corner, where has been spotted, takes a hit, and A will be captured by GKD. That will stop the gap from widening, but GKD will need to kill 2 more still, and GKD are unable to get C, and Ryan has taken a little hit. And I think JOMON are lined up for a push over to C. This is a really audacious strategy from JOMON. But they're able to get Ryan at the beginning. And GKD really need to sort out the focus fire and try and take out RBT. Where has dropped the reactive armor and relies on Sammy and Vince to take out RBT. And this is the first tank down for JOMON. Hit points are in favor of JOMON. And Where is in deep trouble with Oriental doing 1v1 against Not Live. And ARF is farming from behind. Where is going to go back to safety. And Special is out of the fight. Sure is out. It's a 5 versus 5. As the Sure gets ammo racked, but he got ammo racked when he has when he's down to 1 shot. Where is out? And there is no question this is going to be JOMON. Not Live is down to 1 shot, taken out by ARF. I think ARF might want to go for B. Oriental is a 1 shot. And Sam is not going to last. Great shot to Giorno. And I say GKD are trying everything they could to bring it close. But in terms of caps, in terms of guns, JOMON should have this in the bag. And ARF was on fire for a brief second. And takes 2, 3 HE shots from the JOMON's crossfire. And that leaves Oriental the last person standing. And GKD would not make an upset. And JOMON will qualify to the upper bracket final, where they will probably meet DRX. Well done to JOMON. This is a much more dominant performance by JOMON. The focus fire GKD has the focus fire. I think their focus fire is a bit better, but the problem is they have lost so many hit points right at the beginning, which makes it very difficult for them to make a comeback. GKD just throwing everything they could, so don't write them off for now. It all depends on the lower bracket final, where it's going to be the decider. And JOMON, 4 tanks to the ball in 2K, they are fine for now, and DRX, they really need to grind out to win. And this is going to matter a lot, but they need to improve from this. Tonight is not going to be an easy night for them for sure. But let's take a look for other groups and see if we have results already, which we should do by now. And we do. RN and OD 2-0. Because EQ and also TSI aren't playing tonight, Tugo should be securing a spot in the low echelon championship, which they should now breathe a huge sigh of relief. Although at the expense of other teams not playing tonight. I think also Pratt is not playing. No, Pratt is not playing, so he's not. They are not going to secure a top 32 spot. Nebat and KWG are still playing. Risk have won 2-0. Very important for Nebat. They really need to win in order to secure a top 16 position. RVE lost to Kane. And Group 4 we have E2s winning 2-0 and IMX losing to Scab 1-2. Hugely crucial night for Scab. They want to be in the top 16. So is IMX. EVG and Laos both winning 2-0. Group 6 GV 2-0. MIB losing 0-2 to Alpha. But Alpha are through to the lower bracket final, as I believe TMK didn't show up at all. XPT and also ICT are through to the upper bracket final. Looking at Group 8, we know it's going to be JOMON winning, and DRX have won 2-0, obviously, meaning it's going to be upper bracket final for DRX and JOMON. ID are through to the upper bracket final, but UX have won 2-1 against DT, and they really need to win tonight in the lower bracket final in order to qualify. Things have not finished yet, so there is still a chance. Alright, there we go. So now we should have result, all the teams, almost all the teams in the upper bracket final pending a result for Group 2. So Group 1 we have, okay, let's go through the teams. Group 1 we have RN and OD, and Group 2 we will have a Risk. We have Risk. Group 3 Nomad and King. Let's now take a look at Group 4. It's going to be E2s and Scam. Looking at Group 5, we have EVG and Laos. Over to Group 6, we have GV and Alpha. MIB already through to the lower bracket final. Let's also take a look at Group 7, and that will be XVT and no one, because for some reason the slideshow is not working. So let's go back. All right, so it should be Group 8 should be DRX and JOMON, and Group 9 should be ID and UX. And let's see if we have results for NEMAT and also KWG, which this is going to be important. And do we have a result there? We do have a result. It's NEMAT winning 2-1 against KWG. And let's also update the leaderboard now. Do we have more results from the lower bracket first round? Not yet. But we can update the number of cups. So we have DRX. Well, we have RNOD and Risk and NEMAT are through as well, with KWG now having to fight the harder, the longer route. Nomad and King are through, with RVE going to the longer route. IMX will have to go to the longer route as Scam and E2s are through. EVG and Laos are through. GV and Alpha are through. But MIB will have to go on the long route. XPT are through, of course, and ICT as well, with Vortex having to go on the longer route. DRX and also JOMON lane there, and GKD. Where are you? having to go to for the longer route. DT need to go to a longer route. And there we have it. No, Rise. Okay, so we have also lost Rise and RSOB. They are not playing tonight. That will change stuff up. As RSOB will probably not secure a spot in the top 32. Probably Rise will secure a spot, actually. So sad to hear about Rise not playing tonight. Okay, so this is the leaderboard so far. Things could change very rapidly, but this season has been really brutal. Has been one of the if not the most competitive seasons on APAC server in history. Everything boils down to tonight. Double checking. Just going to refresh the screen and just. And say we have 4 results coming through. Well, RE are through, so RE will get some cups. Take 1-0. ICC are through. MIB we've known already. Vortex are through. They 1-0. GKD still playing. DT are through already. So we have a couple more clans that have made it to the next to the lower bracket final. So let me just put the results in. All right, let's go. Right. All right. So we're waiting. We're waiting. The room will be up very soon, and we will jump in to follow DRX versus JOMON. This matters a lot now. Whoever wins will have a good head start. Will not have to worry about playing against GKD. Now, pressure is on to both teams. I streamed DRX in the first previous school tournaments. I know that how strong they could be. So I am excited to see how good they're going to be up against JOMON. JOMON are having a shaky start. And they really need to improve from their performance against GKD. But as we all know, you don't want to give everything at the beginning. You don't want to wear yourself out at the start. But JOMON had it rough. Now the post should still be on, and let's let me have a look. 60% of you are predicting DRX to win Group 8. Power rating would also agree after they PYS number 2. They are above JOMON, but the gap is not big actually. It's just less than short of less than 100 points away. So any big result tonight would mean JOMON could overtake DRX, but we will see about this. We all hate RNG, of course. Yes, we hate when RNG are against us, but we love when RNG are favored towards us. JOMON haven't shown up just yet, so we'll keep on waiting in the lounge for now. But let's see if we have more results coming out in the lower bracket first round. Yes, we should. We should. Alright, let's say. Tugo are still playing against Skihap. KWG is still playing. IMX are through. And I think this is a new result. Yes, this is a new result. We know GKD are through to now. That's good. That's our group. And yes. Let's update this. All right, JOMON are trickling in. But let's also update the leaderboard as we have more results coming in. We have IMX going through and GKD also through. So that leaves us waiting for KWG, DHAP, MIB are also through, which I have to update that. To go, the results of To Go, DHAP, and KWG. One of these will not make it through. And there might be two, we just don't know. Oh my god, we do have an upset here. DHAP 2-1 against To Go. Oh, these, Jesus, I wouldn't have never thought of that. Well done to DHAP, and they're through to the lower bracket final, knocking out To Go, with KWG still playing against Garn. Oh, wow. No, not this. That's Route 1, I think. Yeah, Route 1. I think we only have less than a minute to go. Let's jump in to see. Let's jump into the training room, or well, it's not a training room, it's a waiting room. JOMON have already shown up with 7 players. With DRX only have 5. Oh, and I'm in. Oh, I can't see anyone in the queue actually. USN is in, but they might start this fight with only 6. I'm just going to quickly edit the file because it's not correct. Hopefully this is now going to be correct and the scoreboard should show up correctly. Yes, it should show up correct now. Alright, let's go in, and DRX will only be able to play with 6. That will give an advantage to JOMON. I followed RVE last time, and Nomad 2. Oh! What? I only thought they only had 6, but where did that last player show up? Oh, this is... Oh, wow. Wargaming, what was that? JOMON would have been happy for a second that they are going to play with a numerical advantage, but the DRX have 7 now. The player just joined just in time, and very rarely we will see a Vickers like this these days. The Reptilians taking this. B will be captured by JOMON. The double T110E5s have been spotted, but DRX have not obtained the base. Dorabird was spotted. Good shot onto RBT. Great shot from Reptilian onto Jono, and now Dorabird might be able to put another one in, but it's a miss sadly. But it doesn't really matter. He hasn't taken a hit yet. With the DRX going for C at the same time, JOMON will get B. That will put DRX under a lot of pressure because the cap points will increase by 10 points per 2 seconds for JOMON. So there's not a lot of time to decide. Just over a minute to find out where the isolated tanks of JOMON are. But DRX have traded pretty well so far, which means they have a hip-hop pool lead, but this is not definitive. JOMON are responding to a potential push onto JOMON's spawn. The Audi is going to drop back. The USN drops the tungsten shell. Might be a bit too early. He might waste this consumable. And now the double strip case have activated a speed boost. And they're going to make a counter push. I think DRX might be in a bit of trouble. Unfortunately, DRX have taken a couple more hits. Now they've lost their hit point pool lead. And JOMON are in a good situation to push. At the same time, DRX are looking to pressure A. DRX are in trouble. DRX are in trouble. The time is running out. DRX are not left with a lot of options. They might have to push. A rough push. A really rough push. Now Raphtalia is trying to 1v1 against Yodo. I think he could win this fight. But he takes another one. Dorobert puts a good shot. DRX is holding on steadily. JOMON could lose to T125. Now we are approaching 800 cap points. JOMON still has the lead. Now this is going to get really tough for DRX. If Giorno is out, that will be huge news for them. And he's out! Raphtalia is down to a one-shot. And DRX are desperately holding on to their lives. And they are still dropping hit points. They have not led more effectively than JOMON, and now Scrooge is leading the push. This is going to be an extremely tough push. But Nob is very low as well. Raphtalia is looking for B now. Nob Life is out, which means DRX has 7 tanks, 2 more tanks than JOMON, and RBT is out, which means it's a 7 versus 4. Scrooge is out 6 versus 4. DRX now looking for special. DRX focus fire is on point, and I think last minute it's a one shot, and he's taken out. DRX have all 3 caps, and JOMON is getting destroyed. How on earth did JOMON lose such a huge advantage there? DRX not phased at all. JOMON should have capitalized on that pressure when DRX Raphtalia 1v1 against that T125. I think that should have been the call to push for JOMON. I have to say, they just left it way too late, allowing DRX to breathe. 4 tanks in Monstercat for DRX. The focus fire of DRX is just a lot better, in my opinion. JOMON just daydreaming, I'm afraid. This is, I don't know, they had a really good opportunity to win this outright. I don't know what happened there. DRX will be very jubilant about this performance because they know that they are in such dire situation. I mean, they are prepared for defeat, but they did not expect that to happen. Props to them, they did not give up until the very last moment, and they really made an important comeback. Oh, JOMON, you really don't want to throw games like this away. This is very this is going to be make or break moment for JOMON. They really need to sort that out. So we're going back to Hellas. Hi to Cessna. How are you doing? Hellas, DRX. They only need to win 1 more to qualify to the grand final. And JOMON, they started that battle really well, but then things just happened and they struggled to win. In the end, I don't know why. It just looks very weird. I think just DRX just not panicking in that terrible situation. Now, we're seeing DRX taking the chieftain on Hellas, not a compliment tongue at all, but DRX. That huge pressure has been released. Now, JOMON has higher pressure. DRX has transferred the pressure to JOMON due to Pascal's law. And is that the right law I'm quoting? I think so, yes. Due to Pascal's law now, JOMON has higher pressure than DRX, assuming the total pressure of these 2 teams are the same. And Pascal's law is going to be an important law to bear in mind in the next couple of battles on both APAC and EU server. But I digress. Let's take a look at Just Do It. Going past me. Oh, just trying to reset a last man standing is spotted. But JOMON are going for C this time. Last man standing. Can he get A without... He got A! Oh, important cap there. But he's taking a hit. He might take another one, but he's going to be safe under the facade to his left. Oh, I am Shinya takes one. Justin was just chasing down. No, he just not taking this. DRX, are they getting too aggressive here? Last man standing is indeed true. Maybe it's not the case. JOMON might have been a bit too weak on their backside, and DRX have lined up for a push, and this is going to be important, but Dorabird needs to get out of this. Last man standing is the first take down, but Just Do It is also very low. DRX have crossed, and they're looking for RBT next. The Strift kids obviously can't go for RBT. One of them now rotated backwards. And what has DRX done really well is that they trapped these three tanks down on the low ground, which means RBT have the back control. And they're leading by more than 2k hit points and 2 guns of advantage. Just Do It is still alive. And with Shinya dead, Just Do It is also out. This is really looking likely to be a win for DRX. USA is out, and DRX don't really need that draw. JOMON not given any chance whatsoever to win this one. Scrooge. Great shot onto Giorno, and this is going to be a 5 versus 2 brutal win for DRX. DRX really needed this win, and it really looked like DRX wanted it more than JOMON. But not to say JOMON wanted a win, but DRX is simply better than JOMON, as JOMON will drop down to find GKD in the lower bracket final. 2-0 for DRX. If DRX can continue this performance in the grand final, I think JOMON will be replaced in the top 8, and DRX could very well challenge for a spot in the top 8, and they really need that spot. Let's go to the lower bracket final now, and I'm going back to the lounge so you can't see the lineup of both teams. Well done to DRX. Alright, we have results. Okay. Now, Risk 2-0 against Nemat. Well done to Risk. And we also have KWG winning 2-0 against Gone. Elsewhere, we have ICT winning 2-0 against XPT, and XPT will play against Vortex in the lower bracket final in Group 7. Next, we have... we only have 2 results up, so... With that, we have Risk, ICT, and also... DRX through to the grand final. And ICT are going to be in the first place for a brief moment. We wait for other results to come up. Alright, let me go back to the room. Now we are going to begin with Oasis Palms. Last time GKD went really close against JOMON. Went all the way to a tiebreaker. Can they do it again? JOMON, they need to wake up now, because if they don't qualify, they are surely out of top 8. And I can't say for sure whether they could still be in the top 16, given that there are a lot of cups that you can earn on the final day of a previous skill tournament. They really need a win, and they really want to win against DRX next to stay in the top 8. Oh well, let's go to the room now. GKD versus JOMON. JOMON double Strift Ks, an i7 T100 LT, double 60TPs, an Optic 777. GKD double T125s, double nothing. Well, actually Strift Ks, a T100 LT, i7, and an IS4. I'm going to have a snack right now while we wait, so I'll be back. I'm still lounge in the meantime, so you won't see me eating. Alright, we'll update the leaderboard later. Well, 40 people watching, thank you very much. It's GKD versus JOMON Oasis Palms. Let's take a look. By the way, if you haven't known already, I will make a big announcement on my Discord server. Tolian is going to join me tomorrow as a special guest. So we take a look at the final day of the previous skill tournament. So you'll have a chance to ask her questions, and you can leave them on my server. Just going to make that official announcement later on. But so you know, Tolian is going to observe. And it's going to be a really great night for the APAC server. Oh, ARWV has spotted Giorno. Let me double check. USA is looking to go for B. And C will be captured by GKD. Oh, he's going putting out a bit. GKD's bringing out a bit. Oh, Cher has spotted Jono. Shots been fired. Just equal trade. RBT puts one into ARF. He has to run away now. Good shot to RBT. He dropped the reactive armor. Might be a bit too... No. It might be the right time to drop the reactive armor. Double strip case. Drop the adrenaline. But JOMON will capture both A and B. Will try and get the cap lead back. And where will be in deep trouble. So that means GKD really needs to start rushing. Needs to start getting a tank out. The RBT needs to be out of the fight. And where cannot drop down. That rock is blocking him. And he's the first tank, it's the second tank down. RBT is up first. Ryan is actually farming on this over to this area. Might take one from last man. Drop the reactor valve, might be too soon. You will have to wait for a lot longer now, but hit points are in favor of JOMON, so it does look very good for JOMON at this point. But I'll only be streaming Group 8 tonight, so let's say GKD. Then we need to find a way to rotate. And also need to find tanks for JOMON to crossfire. But they also lost some hit points. Oh, they lost even more hit points now. JOMON can feel safe in this. Ryan, I would think he might want to relocate. He still has full hit points, so he wants to make sure he can get some side shots in. Time is running out. There is less than a minute to go for GKD to absolutely find a way to push. Giorno has more hit points than ARF, so ARF might want some help. I know it looks very difficult for GKD here, but it's not exactly that JOMON are together. And GKD just need to find a way to isolate the tanks. AR takes one, Jono also takes one, but time really is running out. Shrift K is going to rush into no man's land. And GKD are able to make a comeback here. Ryan is pushing alone against 2. I think that might be a terrible call. But this is going to be a last ditch effort. They want T100 LT down. They only sent 1 tank over to the T100 LT. Maybe this is all they need. But do they have enough time to kill the remaining tanks? They could lose a T110 E5 soon. Not a lot of time left. JOMON might only need 1 more to win this one. And they do win the first battle. 1-0 it is. GKD unable to kill the tanks more quickly, and for the majority of the fight, JOMON has more hit points than GKD. So well done to JOMON. This is a comfortable win for them. 2 tanks doing more than 2k, and GKD think they were panicking a bit. Maybe also the lack of experience coming into play. They just couldn't find targets of JOMON to crossfire. And with them dropping quite some hit points, this is going to be a really tough battle for them to win. So well done to JOMON. 1-0 it is for JOMON. Let's take a look at let me just get the scores in. Let's see if we have more results coming through now. And we do. RN 2-1 against OD, meaning OD will be playing against Gihap in the lower bracket final. Since 2 lose to Gihap, OD do not want to lose their focus here. I think E2's 2-1 against Scam. Very close one for E2's. And they don't want to drop any cups tonight. I think you know all the clients in the... We know the clans here. In the grand final, first clans in the grand final. Risk and Nomad just going to add the cups now. I'll show you. EVG are through. Alright, so this is these are normal cups. Alright, so I'm going to show you very quickly. We're just going to zoom past. We're just going to breeze through them. Currently top 8 EBG are now in the top 8. JOMON currently 9th, but they could go back to top 8 after winning. So let's see about this. For now, E2s look like to be safe in the top 8 unless they lost and they lose in the grand final. Let's go back to the game now. JOMON currently leading 1-0. GKD red team for the North spot this time. The JOMON blue team for the South, and can GKD pull off an upset? I think GKD really wants a win. They're communicating. They're using the battle chat, I think. They are also communicating on Discord probably. Because they can focus fire nicely. So I think they're also communicating on Discord or any other apps that will facilitate communication between teammates. RBT is capturing C. I am Shinya is going quite aggressively, and C will be captured at the beginning. And takes a hit from RBT takes a hit from the Sherrich. Let's take a look at the Jono having trouble drawing through Oasis Pops. Oh, the Sherrich takes a big hit. He has to move back now. No, also takes 1. But she also takes 1. Oh, the Sherrich takes more shots. Now it's down to 730, but Rylab is also very low. Takes 1 hit. And he's out! 6 versus 7. JOMON in a huge advantage. Sherridge is going to go down to not life, meaning it's 7 versus 5. Not life gets the kill onto Sherridge. No room for comeback for GKD. Although they have 2 caps, the numerical disadvantage is going to be against them. Unless JOMON manage to bleed a lot of hit points, which I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe I could jinx this. USA has taken 2 shots, where it takes 1. JOMON does not have to be too pressured about this. There's still some time to rotate. GKD has 2 cats, but still more than a minute to go for them. So absolutely, they can gradually wear GKD. Now RBT is getting quite aggressive near B, looking to where it bounces onto RBT, where it takes another one, and it's double 6 TP are coming for B. ARF dropped down to the valley there, and where is the next time out? JOMON will not allow GKD to knock them out. Oriental is out. It's 3 versus 7. RBT blocking a special weak as he takes 1 hit from the backside. ARF is out, leaving Vince and Sammy the last people standing. They don't really need B now. GKD will settle for the 3rd place, leaving them having no win and no day 2 appearances in the entire previous skill tournaments in 2023 summer season. Sammy is out. JOMON going back to the grand final as they will meet DRX, and they are looking for their ultimate revenge as they look to secure a spot in the top 8. Well done to JOMON. 2-0 against GKD. 6 thanks to 2K for them, and GKD will bow out tonight. Demonstrations, and I hope they will come back stronger. There is a lot of promise, a lot of positives to take, but JOMON wanted that one a lot more due to circumstances. Now JOMON are back. 2-0 it is. Very quick wins for JOMON as well. DRX, now they will feel the pressure. They don't know about the dominant performances of JOMON, so but they need to be careful now. JOMON seems to have found their form. they are still playing. Do we have more results coming through? Alpha 2-0 against MIB, meaning MIB's hopes in the top 16 are over. This will come as good news for Nemat and Kane, as they are hovering at the on the verge of the top 16. But DT winning 2-0 back against UX, meaning UX are still in the fray for a top 16 finish. They haven't been able to get that after they were knocked out on the second previous Euro tournament on the first day. But this is going to be an important win for DT now. Alpha, let's also take a look at Alpha's position. Now they are in 18th. All depends whether Nemat can win against Skihap, which they should be able to do so. 3 more minutes left to go. We will have to wait. JOMON already. They are going to take a lot of Strift case. DRX. Do they have enough Strift case? This is going to be tough for DRX. We're going on Lagoon about that that is newly released, but I have to emphasize all the time the importance of the platform in the southeastern corner. If you get that platform, you will get a really good map control. So this is going to be what the light tank is going to do. The JOMON aren't taking light tanks, so that means they could run into a problem of losing that platform, and that could potentially give DRX that lead. That map control they really need. DRX only have 1 Strift case, as we speak. and we will have a look very quickly. We have a look at the results again. See if we have more of them coming up. All right. Vortex 2-1 against XPT, meaning XPT will definitely not be in the top 16, and Vortex could still be in the top 16 after an important win against XPT, and they have qualified to tomorrow. And that means Group 7. Now, Vortex are in the top 16, but they could drop out if there are more results coming through. Alright, only a minute to go. Let's get into the room now. Both teams are ready. JOMON are going to take quadruple Strift Case and MLE and double Object 777. DRX, on the other hand, will take only one Strift K, T110E5, Vegas Light, double MLEs, Super Conqueror, and Dorber in the I7, but this is going to be a lot more difficult for DRX as JOMON will have a lot of DPM to use, but JOMON will need the focus fire to be on point. Can JOMON surprise us all and give us a big win against DRX? Currently, they're sitting in the 7th place, and if DRX win the grand final, DRX will overtake JOMON, and it will all boil down to the very last day. Let's find out what DRX is going to do here, and so are JOMON. They're good. Alright, Lagoon. This is it. Both teams. 2 wins, and they will get the title. Group 8. Let's take a look at Raftalia. The only... I can't find you. The only light tank for the in this battle. Getting that platform will be so crucial. He's going this way. He's going up that platform. He's going to get a lot of spots. JOMON. USA spotted. Hasn't spotted the other Strift Case yet. To the middle side. Raftalia still spotted. And JOMON are probably coming through the middle down. Oh, up to the platform. Trying to take out Shinya. Shinya. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is going to be important. Shinya takes one. I think Raftalia receives a hit. But Giorno is trying to go past as well. Oh, Raftalia needs to get out of dodge. Can he survive? He needs one more. But he's the first tank down. Giorno is very low, but Bialdi is ignoring Giorno. Hit points are still in favor of DRX, but DPM is what I'm worried about at this moment. JOMON, have they sent too many tanks up to the platform? They really want that the platform. But DRX, it's a 6 versus 7. Hit points are still very close. Dorber very low. But focus fire is starting to wear off for DRX. Giorno is out. It's a 6 versus 5 here. Dorber is out. Last man say drops down on fire. Can he extinguish the fire just in time? Yes, down to 1 shot. Forever Love is also a very low, very low. 4 versus 4 now. Last man standing is out. No. Great shot onto Bialdi. Special Week is out of the fight. Now, almost all the Strifties are down. Not Life has taken out Bialdi, and Just Do It is still really healthy now. RMT is dead, meaning it's now 3v2, but there is a Strift K still alive for Not Life, but Scrooge is still is also alive. Oh, it's a shell of a sword by Scrooge, and it's a 2v1 now. Not live, Scrooge, and also Just Do It still alive on the battlefield. JOMON unable to grind a win with the lineup they have. 4 Strift Ks. And DRX only with 1, and DRX managed to win this one. What a phenomenal performance by DRX. I was so worried about this lineup that DRX is taking, but JOMON will not get the first battle win. And DRX will lead 1-0 here. Oh my god. Oh my god, DRX are on the verge of knocking JOMON down the pecking order. Oh my god, this is going to define everything. DRX, well done, they have definitely stepped up, but JOMON made it really close as well. They might have sent too many tanks to the platform. DRX, they almost got punished for some kind of confusion in the middle. The focus fire was a little bit off, but they kind of got back together in the end. And DRX 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and JOMON only 3 doing more than 2k, and we're back. Not good. 1-0. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe this. We're now on a very at a very important moment. Let's take a look. Risk. They're playing against NEMAT. No. OD won 2-0. No surprises. That's for NEMAT. 2-1 against KWG. 2 close comfort. But for now, NEMAT will stay in the top 16. Kane are still playing against RWV. IMX have knocked out Scare, which means IMX are probably going to stay in the top 16. Well done to IMX. Oh my god, Laos got knocked out by ICC. Oh dear. We have a surprise. Everyone. I don't think ICC are going to be in the top 16 either, but they would definitely be in the top 32. Yes, so we have an upset over here. Laos will not be in the top 8 tonight. Okay, let's go back in Lagoon. USN saying they have 150 paying, which is not nice, but at least they've won the last battle, which is the most important thing to happen. Sorry. JOMON, they need to step up now. They continue with their quadruple Strift K strategy, but it doesn't. Well, it should work for them, but it's not working as intended. But DRX dropping the only light tank. I think that might be a problem, but no, maybe not at the moment. Scrooge is going up the platform. Again, it will be very important later on. We will see if DRX will get a cap lead at the beginning. Oh, Dorabird has taken a hit. Raftalia has gone up. Dorabird takes one from RBT. So JOMON has started this one fine. Oh, I am Shinya. Oh, we're seeing 2 versus 3 over here. It's going to be important. It's all about focus fire. Now the focus will be on to Last Man Standing. Last Man Standing is going to get out of dodge, but JOMON will now put all the forces onto Dorabird. It's all about who can survive first. This is going to be really intense once again. Last Man Standing. He's going back up to the platform, but he's killed just in time. Dorabird able to put another shot in onto Special before he goes out to under the hands of RBT. Now USA has taken a hit. Scrooge puts a good one onto Not Life, and Biao D will not be the one to kill USA. It's going to be Forever Love. USN is not going to kill Not Life. Scrooge is out. It's now a 5 versus 4. Hit points in huge favor of DRX. And USN, great shot to Giorno. 4v4 now. 4v4. JOMON under a huge hit point disadvantage that they have the guns still. So this is going to be important. If JOMON is able to kill a couple more tanks out, especially if the double Strift Ks are still here, it could change things, but I think it might be too late. JOMON will succumb to a defeat and will probably bow out on the top 8 proceedings. But it will all boil down to the very last day, because JOMON can still overtake DRX if they finish a position higher than DRX. Forever Love kills RBT, and it's 4 vs 2. Raptalia is very, very low. The Strift case, can they hold on and win the fight for JOMON? But Forever Love's going to come in. Just Love's going to come in. They have a lot more hit points. And Just Do It is going to get the kill, meaning DRX have won Group 8 2-0. Well done to DRX. They really deserve that. And JOMON, not out yet. They can still come back tomorrow. Really depends on the seeding. Really how we are seeing the day 2 are going to be drawn. But for now, JOMON will settle for a 2nd place. Congratulations to DRX. And let's take a look at we'll take a look at the results for other groups. Alright, King are still playing against ARWV. Oh, game has finished so quickly. Yeah, we are actually the first group to complete all of our games. So let's update the leaderboard for now, and I will play some battles on the EU server. Oh, it's only 2-0, not Gihab. I have to correct that, so bear with me for now. Bear with me for a moment. I'll make this correction. I'll also add ICC in the Cups leaderboard. Alright, let's update the leaderboard. Alright, now the leaderboard has been updated. DRX have overtaken JOMON in the number of cups. They are now in the top 8. JOMON is still in the top 8, pending results of other groups, but it does seem like JOMON will be overtaken by tonight. DRX probably are not in the top 8 still, because we still have E2's EVG and OD that could still overtake them. Laos in 12th place should be safe, I would think, in the top 16. Depends on the final date, of course, but there are a lot of clans they will need to a lot of clans below them that they need to they will have to overcome in order to drop out of top 16. let's take a look at let's see if we have more results in now. All right, we do have some more results in. Risk 2-0 against Nimat. Nimat will still be in the top 16 and they will play tomorrow. Probably overtake. They will not overtake Laos tonight, maybe tomorrow, as we have tomorrow. RV winning Kang 2-1, so well done to RVV. Commiserations to Kang, which means Kang will not be in the top 16 tonight. ICT have won 2-0 against Vortex, and ID have also won 2-0 against DT. So that will mean ICT and ID are probably safe in the top 8. I'm just going to update the leaderboard, the brackets. All right, there we go. Okay. So, also taking a look at the leaderboard. Let me just regenerate that. Yeah, it's disappeared. Okay, so the leaderboard now. ID, ICT, Risk are now taking the top 3 positions. RNGV's in the 4th position. Nomad, DRX, and JOMON wrapping up the top 8. ODE2's tied in the 9th place. EVG 11th. Laos will drop down 12th, but they are still in the 12th place. IMX in 13th. RVE in 14th. Nomad 15th. DT 16th. Vortex in 17th. And Vortex, if they want to get into the top 16, then tomorrow will be crucial. Now that DT are in the top 16, they should feel really happy about this. But Vortex will be a challenger from below. MIB are out. Alpha are still in, can still challenge for the top 16. Kang are out. Do we have any more clans below the top 20? ICC are in. We'll see if they have played any battles. I'm just going to check from the game, because that will be the quickest way to find out whether they have participated in all of previous skill tournaments, but at least they will be in the top 32. That is without a doubt. And no, they only participated in this previous skill tournament. What players do they have? Oh, there is an exploding guy here. So well done, exploding guy, for pulling off an upset against Laos. Well done, well done. All right. All right, let's see if we have more results through now. We will have a good discussion about the gaps, and we'll brief what is expected to happen tomorrow. I will not stay behind for the second day group draw to happen, because that will take some time to occur. E2's 2-0 against IMX, which means E2's are now in the top 8. Well done to E2's tonight. They're in group 4. Yes, group 4. Alpha 2-0 against GB. Oh wow. I think this means Alpha are in the top 16. Oh, wow. Wow. Well done to Alpha. Well done to Alpha. Let's see where they are now. Alpha are now in the 14th place. They're surely going to secure a spot in the top 16, knocking out DT. RE, DMAT, and RE and DMAT will feel under a lot of pressure tomorrow. They really don't want to finish anywhere below DT. But Alpha really deserve to be in the top 16. Now I'm sure the power rating of Alpha will increase dramatically after that result. Now, JOMON are in the 9th place, OD 10th. E2s have now jumped to the 6th position. Nomad are in 7th at the moment. I don't play some games on the EU server. I'll be back, and after the battle, we will have another look at the other results. Wow, what a night for everyone. Alpha have pulled off an important win. I mean, GV, they can afford to lose. They are still safe in the top 8. I don't foresee them to be overtaken by any clients below unless they don't perform tomorrow, which I think they will perform tomorrow, of course. Just a bit of a pressure, just a little bit more pressure than was expected than before. Yeah. My Badger, which is getting the birthday bonus, and we'll play the Badger. Black Ophel, yes! Let's do this.
Up and at 'em, lads. Now one bounced.
Oh, good kill. Oh no.
We're on fire. We put
Oh,
the
that
fire
was
out.
not nice.
Enemy armor is damaged.
No, I'm gonna die. Oh, I did not have not out yet. Oh, come on. Thank you for the truck.
Enemy armor is hit.
Oh no. U100, I think, is looking at me.
We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit. Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
Got enough time, I think. We'll be fine. I've got enough time. Oh, that's one more tank down. All right. Let's take a look at more results now. It wasn't a good match for me. Oh, I think we only left with RWE and also Nomad. That match is still going on. RM winning 2-1 against OD. Sad news for OD, meaning they're not in the top 8 tonight. But they came really close, so good job to them. But it was not a good seeding for them at all. Nomad are still playing against RWE. EVG 2-0 against ICC. No surprises, meaning they are now in top 8. I have to include 2-0. For Risk. So let's take a look at Group 5. And yeah, EVG have won 2-0. Alright. Now we have more results in. Okay. Now, waiting on Nomad's results against RWE. If Nomad do not win against RWE, they are going to settle for the 8th place, and it all boils down to the final day. DRX, despite an important win against JOMON, could only knock JOMON down below top 8. Themselves, they will have to hope that they will do their best tomorrow to get to the top 8. EVG are now in the top 8, and for the first time as well. I think E2s were in the top 8 once, but I forgot when. But they should feel really confident heading to tomorrow. There will be only 5 groups tomorrow, I think. Yeah, 5 groups tomorrow, and there will be 2 groups with only 3 teams. So these 2 groups could be very important. And of course, the top 16 flight are still on. DT and Vortex are still in tomorrow, so they could still very much win tomorrow. Who else are in the are not in the top 16 that are going to be playing tomorrow? ICC, but they're going to be it's going to be a huge distance away from getting into the top 16. So it doesn't seem like the ICC will overtake anyone there. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just reload this again. And after, if we actually get all the results, then we can start discussing about the gap. But we haven't yet. Tomorrow, I will see about the seeding tomorrow, but I have already followed Nomad and RWE, so I will try to avoid that. I might want to follow whichever group that Nomad, DT, or Vortex are put in, especially if they are put in together, then that will be even better, which is kind of likely actually. So it's going to be a combination of factors. But Tolian would join me, and I will definitely be picking a group that is going to be. It's going to be worth congratulating together. And I got the birthday badge despite playing terribly. So now I'm going to play in the VZ. I love this tank. I hope I will get a good result from this from the next battle I'm going to be playing. Let's roll.
Time to roll out.
this time you low down. Really well. No, that was not a good shot. Oh my god, my crown, oh, the crown falcon's out. Come on.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. We've lost a track. We're stuck here. We've damaged them.
Should be able to do this.
Penetration.
Yeah. Thank you. And next we have the 75. Oh, kind of doing the stuff you shouldn't do, but I need to shot there. Right. That's a great win, although I could have done a little bit more if it's not for the bases, so it's great, convincing win for us. Well done. Well done, team. Alright, let's take a look. Nomad versus RVE, do we have a result now? We do have a result now, so the result will be RVE 2-1 against Nomad, meaning it will go down to the very last day. Nomad are in trouble. Well done to RVE. Well done to RVE. Oh. Last season's number 4 seed is in huge jeopardy. They played really well when I streamed them last time, so I really hope they will stay in the top 8. But they could be overtaken. We don't know. It's all dependent on tomorrow. They need to step up if they want to qualify. So that will put RVE up to the 12th place, but the gap is going to be extremely huge. Let me take a look at whether RVE can overtake them, and that's not possible. That's actually possible, but they can only overtake Nomad. They cannot overtake EVG or above, so it's just have to rely on. Well, actually, no. Actually, let me recalculate because I have got the wrong number. RVE will not get top 8. The gap is not going to be enough to put them in the top 8. So that gives us only OD, JOMON, and DRX still in the running for top 8. E2's EVG, Nomad, they are currently in the top 8 but could get out of top 8. And of course, GV might also be in a bit of trouble. But they should be playing well. 5 groups tomorrow. Realistically, these top 5 players should not be able to meet one another. But you never know, on the very last day, things could get a bit tasty. Let's also now get the gaps table up here. And I will be back very soon. So please bear with me on this. We're just going to double check whether the cups are correct. There are 10 groups, 9 groups, so I must have missed something. Okay, yeah, no, should be fine, should be fine. Okay, good. The cups leaderboard should be correct. I think it's correct. Okay, so bear with me. I'm doing calculation very quickly. Back very quickly. Very soon. Alright, let's take a look at the gaps table now. Oh, yes, okay. So realistically, DRX, JOMON, and OD are the only 3 clans that could still be in the top 8 tomorrow. The clans below OD are all out of running in the top 8. RV cannot get top 8. If you do the calculation, the gap between the first and the fourth place, the maximum gap that you can overcome is 6,175, and adding that to RV will still not be able to overtake your map whatsoever. E2s should be safe if they finish at least the second place, because if they finish at least in the second place, the maximum gap, the gap between the first and second place is 3,529. That is not going to be enough to overtake, to be overtaken. Same goes for EVG. They will not be overtaken. they will not be overtaken if they get this the second place tomorrow. So just going to put it up there. E2s and EVG are going to qualify if they finish at least the second place tomorrow. That brings us to Nomad, where if they don't finish first tomorrow, they run into a problem of being overtaken. But if any of DRX and JOMON and OD finish second or below, okay, so second or below, so the gap will be if they finish second or below. So gap between second and third will be 1,763. Okay, no, sorry. Okay, let me just think of it again. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Second or below, so they can only get 1,763, 2,000. The most they can get will be from the gap that will be 2,646. Okay, this is the maximum gap that that any of the clans below top 8 can get if they finish second or below. From this table, the gap is at least 3,000 cups. So, which means if they get the second place tomorrow, no matter what happens up there, these 3 clans will not be in the top 8. So, the only way that the 3 clans below top 8 could get to top 8 will be them to finish in the first place, and Nomad will have to finish in the first place to secure a spot, basically, and hope the clans below DRX JOMON below top 8 will not finish first. And I think this might not happen. I think only which no, I don't remember. I don't think any of the DRX JOMON and OD have finished first before. Nomad definitely finished in the first place before. E2s and EVG definitely finished at least in the second place before. So this looks like the top 8 look like our top 8 will be the top 8 you're seeing tonight. But whether DRX JOMON and OD can overtake the clans above them really depends on how it depends on the outcomes of whether Nomad are going to finish anywhere lower than the second place. First place, I mean. At the first place, so that's going to be a huge uphill battle for them. So the top 16 fight, the fight for the challengers tournament ticket is going to be more. It's going to be more exciting, to be honest with you. But if we are going to be seeing DRX JOMON OD in the grand final, then oh my, you never know. Will we see a miracle on the final day? Badbox have always predicted OD to be one of them, but it could be different tomorrow. I don't know. Anything's still up for grabs. Does look like things are getting a bit interesting. All right, so this is it for me. I will ping you all on my server, and once again, Tolia will join me tomorrow as a special guest as we take a look at the games on the second day of the previous year tournament. Now, it has always been me, Wowen's helper, with you. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
you.